Hello there, good day and welcome to This Week. This week is where I bring you news tidbits from Ghana, Africa and the rest of the world. Today on This Week is the Achimota School and the rastafarians, and of course the Ghana Institute of Journalism and their students. This and many more stories coming up shortly. Do stay tuned, we will be right back. Welcome back. On to our very first story is the Achimota School and some Rastafarian students. Achimota School earlier this week refused to give admission to these two boys on the basis that they had dreadlocks on and it was against the school's rules and regulations to have such hairstyle on. Now, there were several conversations that came up regarding this decision, and the Ghana Education Service came out to give a directive that Achimota School should admit the students. But they have refused to do that because they believe they cannot bend the rules because of these two boys. And their parents are threatening to seek legal action if nothing is being done about it. But let's check out what one of the boys feel about the whole situation.
Okay. Your father says, what about, you still want to go to Achimota?
Well, I think I would have wanted to be at Achimota, but then if there isn't a chance for me particularly, I guess I have no other choice than to look for another school.
So you're willing to give up Achimota?
I would say.
Instead of giving up your dreadlocks?
I would say so.
Okay, first of all, why would you feel disappointed? I mean, this is a school that has rules and regulations. It's a society, and the society has an identity, okay? And so if you don't fit into this particular identity, then I think the best thing to do is find yourself another school that would accept you wholeheartedly. But there's no cause for alarm. There's no reason to feel disappointed. Of course, yes, it's your first choice school, but if you don't go to Achimota School, nothing would happen. People are going to other schools and are making it. So, please, I mean, the parents should talk to them. If you're not willing to trim the hair, then find a school that would accept you and go ahead and attend. Still in line with education, the Ghana Institute of Journalism earlier this week issued a notice asking students who who paid their fees after the registration deadline to defer their program. And this gave rise to several conversations on Twitter and Facebook with the hashtag Justice for GIJ students. Students of the school also demonstrated seeking for proper, seeking for their rights, and due to that, the school issued a statement earlier this week defending their decision that the deadline for registration and all of that was extended several times, and so they don't see why students would still demonstrate about the whole issue. That's okay. I mean, you have every right to demonstrate, but you should do that when you have exhausted all other avenues. I mean, it's a school. They need the money to run the school. Okay, so if for any reason you cannot meet the deadline, why not talk to the authorities? Okay, talk to them. Probably there would be something that can be done about it, but that was unfortunate. I mean, the deferment of their program is also harsh in a way. I mean, you could allow them to pay a fine or something, but not to defer their program. That's extreme. And several stakeholders have consulted the school management and all of that. And the school have decided to give amnesty to the affected students. And so, thank you very much, Ghana Institute of Journalism, for this decision. In other news, the National Road Safety Authority has issued some directives for all intercity transport operators, and one of it is that long-distance buses are now going to travel with 2 drivers, and this is to take effect from the 1st of April 2021. This is a very good initiative by the authority. You know, there are so many accidents on our roads, and so for drivers who go on long distances like 8 hours, 10 hours and whatnot, yes, it's good for them. One driver starts, the other driver takes over and all of that. Aside that, there are other directives that they are supposed to abide by, and so one of it is that they are required to train their drivers in defensive driving according to the standards approved by the authority and the DVLA. Aside that, I think this training should be periodic. It shouldn't be just one time. It should be maybe every quarter, so that it would be fresh in their minds and get used to it, to avoid all of these unnecessary accidents that we do take. They should also train them on the overtaking that they've been exhibiting on our roads, which is also another point. But the main problem is with our roads. Some of them are uncompleted, and so those going, those coming, they are using the same road. And so if you happen to overtake and you meet an oncoming vehicle, that will be the end of your life. So this shouldn't be it. There should be more and more sensitization for these drivers. And now to some African stories. Attacks against civilians in Niger have increased since the start of this year. More than 300 people have been killed in these attacks against villages and camps. And in May 2020, there were some jihadist attacks in Western Tillaberi region close to Mali, carried out by heavily armed men. Earlier this week, there were 3 separate attacks that led to the burning of classrooms and the looting of health center and stealing of livestock. In these attacks, 11 people have lost their lives in the process. This brings me to the fact that the President Mohamed Bazoum, in terms of security, is lacking. There's something lacking in terms of security. He should check it, because the attacks are becoming too much. And I know this is, he was just sworn in February and all of that, but he should add this to his checklist to make sure that people in Niger can walk about freely, not thinking about the fact that they would be attacked in the process. And so this is happening. This is what is happening in Niger as I speak. And now finally to the international front, former FIFA president Sepp Blatter, who reigned from 1998 until December 2015, where he was banned for 8 years for accepting an undue economic benefit of 23 million Swiss franc between 2010 and 2014, has now gotten a new ban, which is now 6 years and 8 months. This is to take effect when his current suspension ends in October this year. My heart beats for you. Anytime when I think of you, I don't know, I feel loved again. That was just by the way. Anyways, daughter of Dane Champion, the legendary high life artist Gyakie, has signed a music deal with Sony Music. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, good news. I'm super excited, but this comes days after she released the remix of Forever with O'Malley. So congratulations, girl, and long live Gyakie. Up next is the COVID-19 tip of the week. Welcome to the COVID-19 tip of the week. Today on COVID-19 tip of the week, I will throw some light on the side effects of the AstraZeneca vaccine and what to do when you experience these effects. Some of the common effects of this vaccine are pain in the arm where you had the injection, headache, you may experience some vomiting, fever, and then some blurred vision. However, it is important that you eat properly before you take the vaccine. And these are some of the things you can do when you experience these effects. You can take some painkillers like paracetamol to ease you of the pain. Also, do well to eat very well and drink enough water, and you should be just fine. And this is how you stay healthy during this COVID-19 era. And so this brings us to the end of another episode right here on This Week, where I bring you news tidbits from Ghana, Africa, and across the world. This week is proudly sponsored by Wired Studios. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification button, as well as share your views and thoughts on all the topics that we have discussed on This Week. Catch you same time next week. It's bye for now.